up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is Mystic Waterz, and today we are playing Austentatious. Let's go ahead and get into it. But remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share if you care, honey. And just to let you know, I'm so sorry if I have some type of interruption during this gameplay, because I am waiting on a call, but don't worry, I will finish up this episode. Oh, you guys. All right, let's get to it. I could hear my aunt screeching long before I came inside the house. Oh my God, we in trouble, y'all. When the door closed behind us, she turned in her stride. You, insolent, wicked, disobedient child. Do you have any idea what you have done? Her hand was immediately in my hair as she grabbed the fistful and pulled. Oh my gosh. I heard Penny gasp, and as I streaked following her in her stride, my hand closed around hers. Oh my gosh. Upon reaching my door, she threw me over the threshold before slamming it shut behind her. Oh my God. What on God's green earth could have possessed you? You not only refused him, you lashed out and walloped him. I'm sorry, he frightened me. I am not interested in your excuses. We are entirely undone. How could you do this to him? To us? To your sister? Do you not think that this could affect her engagement with Mr. Keeley? Honestly, the thought had not occurred to me. But hearing her say that, my head swam with fear. My poor Lisa was so happy. Could my rash actions have ruined her future? Did Mr. Keeley say that? He has gone after Mr. Skipton to check on his well-being. His nose was bleeding. In what life is it acceptable for a woman to behave in such a fashion? To lash out on a gentleman? He was forcing himself upon me. I'm sure he was just being enthusiastic. For some reason, nobody can quite fathom he seemed to be interested in you. You of all people. Unbecoming, uneducated, unfortunate you. And you rejected him in the most cruel and offensive way possible. He is a well-connected man. Do you think anyone will want anything to do with you after such vulgar behavior? They will think you are feral. They will think you are feral. And worse, they will think our family was raised you to behave in such a way. I am mortified, humiliated. How could you do this to us? I just didn't want what? I didn't want to marry him. But why? For the love of all that is holy. Why would you not want to marry such a man? I don't love him. What has love got to do with getting married? Dear God, child, do you think I love your uncle? Do you think I ever have? We are amiable and we enjoy the company of one another. But love? This is not a story or a play, you foolish, idealistic baby. Had I known your head was so fully of nothing, I would have worked harder to fill it with common sense before something like this could occur. This could ruin all of us. If Keeley will not have Elisa after this, I will speak with Mr. Keeley. Please let me try to. You will speak to nobody. You are to remain in this room until your father arrives. He will see to you as he sees fit. Without another word, she slammed on her heel and slammed the door. Penelope? Nobody is into this room. No food, no water until Mr. Bradford's brother arrives. Is that understood? Yes, ma'am. I wept. Into despair I fell, not knowing what light could ever shine on me again. Until my mind turned to Johnny. He was my light. Dang, y'all. I wept until my tears dried up and my sobs were just grief-stricken echoes. Oh, my darling, my sweetheart. At first, I wasn't sure if I was dreaming. I heard the words and felt his hands touch my cheek, but kept my eyes closed. My chest shuddered as I tried to draw a breath. Baby, he was here. I thought not of the threat nor dangers. I simply threw myself into his arms and pulled him as close as physically possible. I wrapped his arms around me and cried again into his chest as he stroked my arm. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. How are you here? Penny fetched me. What hour is it? After midnight. Your aunt has been in bed for hours. We are safe for a short time. I've brought you something to eat. I'm not hungry. Baby, you haven't eaten anything all day. You must eat. I don't know when your aunt will allow you the opportunity. It doesn't matter. It does matter. You matter. I won't allow you to starve yourself. Now, will you eat or will I have to feed you like a baby? Baby, you will do no such thing. My baby, I will make sure you are taken care of. Please just hold me. I will after you eat something. I scowled at him and he scowled back jokingly. I took some of the bread he had offered and pushed it into my mouth. I don't know that word. He smiled and traced his fingers down my arm tenderly, encouragingly. Have you heard anything of Skipton or Keely? Or slow down, you eat and I will speak. He nodded at the bread in my hand and I rolled my eyes, bringing it to my lips. Keely returned this evening. Skipton was seen to buy the doctor in town. They believe his nose to be broken and he is now in a carriage on his way home. I'm extremely proud of you, but also slightly apprehensive about getting your bad books. Anyway, Keely is very different to Skipton. He lacks the arrogance and entitlement that drips from Skipton. He is clearly upset about what happened with Skipton, but doesn't hold it against Elisa. She was quite beside herself earlier today, waiting to see if he would return. But he's back. They dined with your aunt and cousin and all seems to be fine there. Bill was in the dining room with them. They discussed you briefly. Your aunt seemed to imply that you have a long-term sickness since childhood when you had the accident. Anyway, Keely is quite an agreeable chap and said it was not his concern. He only cares for Elisa and her happiness and ended the conversation so as not to distress her. Your cousin apparently made a few disparaging remarks at your expense, but what else can be expected of Pillock like him? You've stopped eating, baby. So Keely will marry Elisa then? Indeed. Well, at least that's good, y'all. At least I didn't ruin that. I heaved a sigh of relief as I felt tears well in my eyes again. Even if he had refused her sweetheart, Even if he had refused her, sweetheart, it would not have been your doing. You carry such a weight on your shoulders. You cannot live your life trying to please everyone. I know that. Do you know what it is to become of me? That I don't know. Your father will arrive tomorrow, I believe. You know the man better than I do. I don't know, to be honest. He can be quite formidable at times, much like my uncle. But your uncle's a fair man. He would never punish you if you explain the situation. My family's culture could have been secured with this match, though. Skipton had fortune enough to ensure that all the property we have would be maintained. Keely cannot offer the same assurance. I don't think so. Not quite enough. I don't understand why this all falls on you. You have 3 older sisters who have all married soldiers and mariners. I assume my father thought they would make their fortune somehow, but alas, they remain poor men. He shifted weight in the bed and sighed. That's all I am and ever will be, baby, a poor man. I will never be able to provide for you in the matter you are accustomed. How can you rejoice in being a poor man's wife? I can rejoice in being your wife. Money can't buy what we have. It cannot buy love nor devotion. Riches are illusions that distract you from what really matters in life. I am rich in what truly matters. I am wealthy in the love you have for me. Those kind of riches never falter, never fall. Our love for each other is eternal. Good God, woman, you know not how you move me. Make me now or I will never fail nor disappoint you. I will be yours until my very last breath. He breathed the last words into my mouth as he drew me into a long and passionate kiss. Then we sat in silence, his fingers absent-mindedly stroking my arm until he spoke. It still doesn't seem fair, though. Why were all your other sisters allowed to marry for love and not you? My father's expenses grew out of control after my mother died. He attempted to keep up appearances, but it seems clear she was the one balancing the finances. Your father's spending is not your doing. If all else fails, I'm sure your uncle could buy the property and land, keep it within the family. He would only do that if what? If one of us married Cornelius. I saw Johnny tense up at the mention of such a hideous idea. They wouldn't do that, would they? He wouldn't have you anyway. He said all those awful things to you. I don't want to think of it. I turned away from him, taking a deep breath. The food had helped me feel stronger and less hopeless. I could tell Johnny was attempting to gouge my mood. How long can you stay? Another hour or so. Penny is keeping watch and will knock on the door if anyone approaches. She's forging sleep? Foregoing. She shouldn't do that. She still needs to rest. She worried about you. She needs not worry. I'm just the problem child, ruining everything as usual. Oh, my sweetheart, what have you ruined? You tell me. Other than me, you have ruined me entirely for any other lass. Nobody could ever compare to the standard you have set. I pouted my lips jokingly. Mr. Johnson, are you saying you've considered other women? In fleeting moments when I imagine how I could continue my life without you, and it always comes back around to, I could not. I'm entirely yours, this heart. He pulled me close to place my hand over his chest. Beats only for you. Every pulse it makes whispers your name. Every drop of blood that runs through my veins bears your brand. I am yours. Never wonder, never doubt. The depth of my devotion knows no bounds. My fierce and fiery girl, my beautiful baby. How is it possible that my love for you grows stronger every day? How can it be that every time I see you, you appear to have doubled in beauty? How can every second I leave you tear me asunder even deeper than the last time? You must be an enchantress or a siren. I'm a vixen. A vixen, you say? Then that makes me Mr. Fox. I cannot. They so cute. He bit my lip playfully and I smiled wickedly at him before pulling him down onto me, losing myself in the deepest kiss we had ever shared. My arms tangled around him as I tried to close any available space between us. I needed him to feel him. I needed him to be with me. I needed to feel the love between us to remind myself that it was no fantasy. This love, this man is real. This feeling I have that possesses every fiber of my being was of worth. He was worth the fight, the struggle, the pain. He had suffered for me. Now I would suffer for him. But first, I would have him, all of him, and not feel an inch of remorse as I lost myself in this embrace. You are so beautiful. I felt him stir and open my eyes. Johnny? I didn't know if I should wake you or not. You seemed like you needed the peaceful sleep. Are you leaving? I must. I will linger around the house as much as I can today. Please be safe. Penny will keep an eye out on you, all right? I will come again tonight if I am able. Be brave, my sweetheart. I am. I will. I adore you. I adore you. One last kiss as I felt the tears start to well in my eyes. I knocked them back, holding them in for fear that if they started again, I would never be able to stop. I waited all morning, unable to return to my slumber without him there. The bed felt cold and unforgiving, and my head filled with ill thoughts the second it touched the pillow. Baby, your father has arrived. Your aunt requests that you make yourself decent. My chest felt tight and my heart hammered on my ribs as though it was beating down a door. Baby? Yes, Penny. I heard. I'm doing it. Y'all, it don't even matter. Let's just wear a dress, y'all. I don't even want to change nothing, y'all. It's too intense. It's too intense right now. Y'all, I don't know what's going to happen. I was surprised when Penny came into the room. Your aunt says I can show you downstairs. How angry is my father? I haven't seen him. Oh, Lord. Y'all, my father, is he going to do something? I held my breath and walked in silence the rest of the way. Y'all, I'm scared. Before knocking on the door of the study. Enter. Oh, y'all. We going to get in trouble. I walked in as slowly as possible, my head bowed. Oh, God. I saw my father standing with his arms folded, my aunt appearing vexed. Approach, child. Oh, my God. I walked over to them, bracing myself for the explosion. But it never came, baby. Yes, Father? What have you to say for yourself? I'm deeply sorry, Father. You are aware of what a stir you have caused? Yes, sir. You are aware of your hideous actions and defiance? Yes, sir. I have only one question for you now. Were you aware of Thomas Skipton's indiscretions? What? Thomas Skipton is in disgrace. Miss Caroline Mortimer, whom was originally intended to be engaged with, is carrying his child, as are two other ladies allegedly scattered throughout the north of England. Now, baby, I know that you are a free spirit, shall we say. I know that you speak your mind, whatever that is, wise or not. I know you have never struck another soul in your life. So I ask you now, why did you strike Mr. Skipton? He was imposing. He pushed me for an answer, and my brain was scattered as I tried to piece together parts of conversation Thomas and I had. He said that we need not wait until after the wedding for him to know me. I spoke the last part to the ground as I heard my aunt gasp, I see. My father sounded stoic as he turned away from me to face my aunt. You see now, baby's actions may have been rash and vulgar, but her heart was in the right place. Had she accepted a proposal from Skipton, he could have left her alone with the child within a week. I heaved a sigh of relief as I felt my lips start to tremble. I dared a glance to my aunt, who looked stricken. Goodness, what an ordeal we have escaped. Can you imagine what might have happened had you not visited Skipton's father to discuss the engagement? If I may, Father, how do you know all of this? Skipton came to me to ask my approval, which I gladly gave, as I believed him to be a good man. After he took his leave, I decided I should introduce myself to Skipton's father. He was shocked to see me, knew nothing of his courting you, nor in fact did he know where his son was. He had been trying to contact him for weeks, as he had walked away from several proposed engagements, and now the ladies were with child. It seems that Mr. Skipton's about to be completely cut off by his father for his roguish behavior. So I rushed here as soon as possible, meeting the messenger on the road who had told me he had proposed to you. I thought I was too late until he told me that you had refused him and how he had refused him. Did I read that right? I don't know. I cannot say I am proud of your actions, but I am glad that you have served us this additional misfortune. I apologize also, baby, for my treatment of you. We will be having lunch shortly, and I would that you join us. Okay. We need to discuss plans for the ball, and you must be hungry. Fuck you. Sorry, guys. I just wanted to say fuck her. Okay. I cannot. I'm so sorry for the language, but I cannot stand my aunt. Like, seriously. Come, my dear, you are crying. I apologize. I'm just overwhelmed. I can imagine. It has been a ghastly few days. Very trying for you, I'm sure. But worry not. Your aunt has everything arranged. If you're unable to secure a husband at the ball when Cornelius has said he would be happy to marry you. Isn't that wonderful? No, it's not. Y'all, I cannot. I'm not marrying Cornelius. It has just got worse now. I heard her start to weep as I left the bed and screwed my courage to sticking place. Y'all. More than anything, I longed to return and comfort her. But I had to be strong for both of us. I'm a cry. Is she all right? No. Are you all right? No. Penny, what if they beat her? She can't handle that. She's stronger than you think. She's not the baby everyone makes her out to be. Thank you for helping me tonight. I know you're against this. I wasn't against this, but I can no longer stand in the way. In my own way, I sought to protect you. But I see... Sorry, I had a hiccup. But I see now that there was nothing I could do to prevent this. This is fate. Oh, and then he's crying. Oh, Johnny. Johnny, don't cry. Please don't despair. You will come out the other side of this stronger. The two of you. I have faith. I love you both. And we got through the episode without being interrupted, y'all. We did it, y'all. This is such a beautiful story. But now we got to deal with Cornelius' problem. Now that he wants to marry me all of a sudden, y'all, let me know down below how y'all feeling. Because I cannot with my aunt. She's a dirty bee. I'm sorry. I cannot stand her, y'all. I know that I am being harsh, but I cannot stand her. She was harsh to me. And you know what? I'm being harsh to her. Okay? Shoot. Thank you guys so much for watching. I truly appreciate everyone that watches my little YouTube channel. I love the support. You guys are freaking awesome. But thank you. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share if you care. And I will talk to you guys on another one. Bye bye.